Hi, welcome to Pre-Algebra, and I would like to show you around my It's Learning course. So when you come to my course, this will be the landing page that you will see. If you want to see what we are doing today, you will be able to click over here on the overview and you will see the plans for today. You will always have whatever driving question we have will be right here. And then the date, our announcements, everything's pretty generic right now, but because I wanted you to be able to get a feel for it. You'll be able to see the goal. We will have our daily to-do list and then any resources. And then at the bottom, it'll be what needs to be turned in. And so you will see it's just kind of following up what needs to be turned in from the to-do list. So that's how you can find it if you want to see for that specific day. If you want to go back in time, you can click on plans and you will be able to see all of the plans throughout the whole year. And you'll be able to click through and you'll see the date and you'll be able to find what you were looking for through the plans. So I wanted to make sure everyone saw that. So then, let me make my thing bigger. When you click on resource, you're going to see the tree. So what I would like to do is to go through the tree so you can see the different things that we have. So this first one, the CSA 8 pre-algebra, that is the landing course. So we will start there. So I've already talked about what we'll be doing today and how to find that. And then over here, you'll see the current notebook check. We will be doing a digital interactive notebook this year, and the pages that I will be grading for the current notebook check will always be listed here. This updates as I update it, and so you will always see the current list. If you need help finding Toolkit words and definitions throughout the year, I have that linked on here. Here's a place if you are having trouble like knowing what an old assignment was or how to find it, things like that. This will be a list for you to kind of keep track of where you are wanting or with what assignments that we've already done. Over here, you will see an example of our digital math interactive notebook. This is going to be the template version. So as I make changes, it will add the changes here. And so you'll be able to click through that. You will have your own, and we'll talk about that in class later. We will be using MathXL for school. And so if there becomes a time that you're like, oh, it won't let me in, you have to make sure that you go to mathxlforschool.com. If you just go to MathXL, it's going to look very similar, but your username and password won't work. So please make sure you use mathxlforschool.com. And speaking of your usernames, if you were a CSA 7 student last year, your username is probably going to be your school username. Sometimes it's your username with the @ symbol at the end, or it may be your whole email address. And so we'll go through that in class, but I wanted to keep it here so then as the year goes on, if you don't know what your username is, you would hopefully be able to try these three. Your password will be CSAM7 is the best with a capital C. Yes, I know CSAM8 is now the best because you guys are in 8th grade, but this is how Mr. Foyle set it up last year. So we're just going to use that same password that you had last year. And then if you need help, here is how you can contact me on It's Learning. Basically, you should have a message button up here. Click that, type in my name, boom, you can send me It's Learning messages. I do have notifications set on my phone, and so I do get them on my phone. I don't always guarantee to respond if it's evening hours, but I do see it on my phone. So it's always a great place to get a hold of me. Here's my email address. And then if we are doing e-learning, here's some information on tech help to help you when you're stuck. We will also be doing math chats throughout the year. And on these math chats, every day there will be a question for us to think about as an individual, pair up, talk about as a small group, and then share out as a whole class. And then we'll record your final answer on a discussion board and It's Learning, or you'll be able to have a paper copy if you're in class. So here are the math chats. And I don't have them all done for the quarter, but there are several here. You only have to do the one day at a time. So the math chat that is the day, will also be on the plan in the overview, but I wanted to link it right here so it's easy to find if you're having trouble finding it. And then we will do content quizzes this year. And content quizzes will actually bring me to this next folder here. There are 29 math standards for Indiana 8th grade. And sorry about the bell. And what I have done for each of those 29 standards, there is a content page. And when you click on that, it has the standard number and kind of like a summation of what that standard is. It will take you to a page that has practice and videos. And so like if you're stuck on real numbers, you can click on here and you can do any of these activities. There's some games. There's even an extra homework assignment, whatever you would want to do to help practice. And then there is a content quiz that goes with it. And so then you will take the content quiz and you have to pass with an 80% or higher. The goal is by the end of April that you would have all 29 mastered with an 80% or higher. For the first 9 weeks, you need to have 7. And as we go through different standards, I will list them here. You will not have access to all of them by the time you get here. I wanted to keep them up here for this video, but I will deactivate all of them and you will only see them after we've talked about them in class. And so if you see a content quiz on your It's Learning, it's because it's activated and you may be able to master it or get some extra practice with it. So I wanted you to see that. It also says how you can tell if you've completed it. So when you go over to overview, you have these tasks over here to the right. If you click on no deadline, you will see the content quizzes that you have not passed yet. So at beginning of the year, I haven't passed any of them. So they're all right there. Then what'll happen is you have a little section that says active and complete. If you click over to complete, that's where you'll see the ones that you have got an 80% on. So I want to make sure everyone is aware of that. We will, again, talk more about that in class. Beginning of the year info, I talked a lot about that in my video for open house, so hopefully you watched that. But it just gives you some information about me, my family, and this class. And then I have a how-to. And so as we come up with things and students are asking like, how do I do this? How do I do this? I'm going to add here. So like, how do I get on the MathXL? That's also on the front page because we will use that one a lot. How will I find what's on my next notebook check? How do I sign up for Remind? How do I access content quizzes? And so this will just kind of, if you have a question on how to navigate my course, this is a great place to begin. Then you will see It's Learning tips for students. And so it'll just be kind of how-tos, right? How to add images, how to record video. There's both English and Spanish, how to post in a discussion, add, record audio. So you'll see all of those things here on the tips for students. It's Learning tips for students. Practice basic math facts. So this isn't a huge page yet, but as I come across some fun number type games to just practice add, subtract, multiply, divide, percents, fractions, those basic math skills, I will be adding them here. I do have a couple links on there for you already. Not allowed to be doing these when you're supposed to be working on something else in school, but when you have time, there's some fun stuff. And then other needed resources, you will see the new tech rubrics, for agency, collaboration, written, oral communication, and then the math, knowledge, and thinking rubrics, and then the central handbook. So you'll be able to find the information. And again, we will continue to add this throughout the year. We've already talked about the standards practice, and then down here, as it will continue, you will have different folders for the different projects. So this first one, the CAPS Council for is what we will start on August 10th. When you click that, you will also be able to see like what we've done in class that day and see the different links and the different activities will be here. Again, right now it's really bare bones because I wanted to at least give you what it would kind of look like during this tour, but we will be adding to that and you'll be able to find the things there. So if you have any questions on how to navigate my It's Learning course, please let me know. Maybe lots of people have that question and I will need to add a video or something to the how-to section. So again, let me know if you have any questions and good luck. I'm super excited about getting this year started.